Let's start our bulletins with a big question. Do you think Raila Odinga, General Ogola, and Ngeno were actually assassinated, as Rigathi Gachagua puts it? He allegedly exploded today, stating that there was no investigation that was carried out during the time Raila Odinga perished. No information, no details, despite Raila Odinga's doctor refusing him from traveling. William Ruto still insisted on giving Raila doctors to go to India. Do you think that Raila actually traveled without the consent of the family? And what happened to Ngeno during the plane crash? Is it just a plane crash, or an allegation that actually can check out? Can Rigathi Gachagua give us intel and direct alibis to check out these allegations he's actually putting across? And why is it that the Raila family has never insisted on an investigation, an autopsy, and anything that was related to Raila's death so that they can actually give us proof? Rigathi Gachagua is demanding answers onto why a post-mortem was actually not conducted when Raila's body left India and landed Kenya. No post-mortem, no investigations. Can we have clarity into the death of Raila Odinga? It has been going on and making rounds since Raila passed. Well, let us listen in to Rigathi Gachagua.
And let me give credit where it is due. There is one promise Mr. William Ruto made to the people of Kenya, and he has delivered 100%. Congratulations, Mr. President. Mr. Ruto, you promised to permanently retire the late Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, in Bondo and finish ODM. You have succeeded in both. Odinga is permanently retired in Bondo and ODM is no more. There are many prominent deaths that have occurred in Kenya and they have not been resolved. Kenyans want to know what happened to Raila Odinga. Why were the medical doctors of the late Prime Minister denied access to him at the last hours? Why did he have doctors from Nairobi West Hospital, a hospital closely associated with William Ruto, that Raila shoot in trouble? Raila Odinga was a respecter of Luo traditions and custom. How could a person known respecter of Luo traditions and customs indicate that he should be buried in 72 hours against all known Luo traditions and customs? Was William Ruto anywhere an executor of Raila Odinga's will? Why was there no postmortem done on the body of Raila Odinga? Why was he forced to go to India through a private jet? Why did the president force Raila Odinga to go to India? Why was his party ODM taken over before his body arrived in the country? Despite the known African customs that you don't inherit a man or a woman for that matter before they are buried. Who are these doctors who accompanied Raila Odinga against the wishes of his personal doctor, Professor David Olucholonya? These are hard questions that Kenyans want.
Now, Rigathi Gachagua actually is accusing Murkomen of knowing exactly what happened to Joanna Ngeno after the plane crashed. He alleges that this plane did not just crash and fall from the sky. Rather, it fueled from a syndicate that got fuel from Lodwar, making the plane have mechanical and technical issues. Do you think that actually Rigathi Gachagua is stating the truth and Ngeno was assassinated? And if it's the actual indications that he was assassinated, why? Why did the government take this risk of assassinating and eliminating Ngeno? Was it a political crisis, or it was because of the land? Or others allege that Ngeno had actually joined DCP, merging an alliance with Rigathi Gachagua, something that would have been tricky for the government. Now, do you think the CCTV footage was actually tampered with so that we cannot really get the details of what transpired that day during the plane crash of Joanna Ngeno? Well, it is called politics. And the great man, Rigathi Gachagua, behind all these explosive outbursts.
On the death of Honorable John Ngeno, the late MP for Emurua Dikil, for the first time, Kenyans must know what happened. I have intelligence information as follows. On the fateful day after Ngeno was dropped at Edebes, the helicopter went to fuel in Eldoret. The pilot didn't know the fuel he was about to put in had been transported to the scene from Lodwar. High alert Kenya revenue officials noticed an unusual car that had carried the jet fuel. It was arrested and the driver questioned. The driver refuted to them that he transported the fuel from Lodwar. Immediately, this KRA official and the police Eldoret airstream were instructed from Nairobi to release the driver if they cared about their lives. Is it this fuel that caused the chopper not to pick up in high altitude? Is that why the pilot first came down and tried again to pick up? These are fundamental questions. What did Kipchumba Murkomen know about the people who called this KRA officer and the police at Eldoret airstream officials? Can KEA produce the CCTV footage at the facility on this fateful date? We are still waiting for a report on what killed Johanna Ngeno. We must not forget about our gallant General Francis Ogola, the decorated Top Gun who had a stellar 40-year career in the military and perished in 2024 in an air crash. Unfortunately, to date, Mr. William Ruto, the Commander-in-Chief, has failed to release the aircraft accident investigation report to the country. Kenyans are demanding for answers. General Ogola was not an ordinary citizen. He died in active duty and service to the nation. Mr. William Ruto, what do you know about General Francis Ogola's death? Are you willing to tell the country why you allowed General Francis Ogola to fly in a Bell Hue helicopter with a questionable mechanical status? The DPP must use his powers and establish an inquest on these unsolved murders over the last 4 years. The people of Kenya have told me to demand on their behalf a public inquest on the death of Raila Odinga and all the high-profile questionable deaths in Kenya that have occurred in the last 4 years of William Ruto's presidency. I therefore call for a public inquest and proper scrutiny of the same.
Now, Oscar Sudi reverted to Rigathi Gachagua's allegations over the mysterious deaths of Raila Odinga, Ogola, and Ngeno. Can we listen to Oscar Sudi?
Ni very interesting. Tuko na watu kila aina na tuko na watu ya maajabu. Nilikuwa naona saa kwa mtandao ule jamaa Mr. One Term MP, Mr. Quarter Term Deputy President, Mr. Dorcas. Nilikuwa naona saa anaongea matope mingi huko kwa mtandao. Mkiona mambo alikuwa anaongea mwaka 2 iliyopita akiwa naibu wa rais. Vile alikuwa anasema vile William Ruto ni rais mzuri. Vile alikuwa anasifu boss wake. Lakini kwa sababu ya akili kidogo na matope mingi kwa kichwa, ndio ikafanya akafuguswa. Sasa siku hizi anakaa kama umbwa ile imefungiwa fence upande ile nyingine. Kazi yake ni kubwega. Naona amesema maneno mingi hapo sana. Anasema sijui Raila Odinga aliuliwa. Hiyo ni kazi ya DCI, hakuja andike statement atuambie Raila aliuliwa namna gani. Naona pia anasema ati Ogola aliuliwa. Hiyo ni kazi ya DCI, haina andike statement atukonfirmie. Hata sisi tunasumbuka, tunataka tujue nini ilifanyika kama kuna kitu anajua. Ninaona pia anasema rafiki yangu Ngeno, ile mliona ndege vile alijaribu kuinuka na mliona vile weather ilikuwa mbaya. Anasema pia Ngeno aliuliwa. Hakuja atuambie ni nini mambo yote anajua kwa kuhusu hiyo mambo. Na kwa sababu huyo mtu ana manifesto, ana plan yoyote.
Now, can we ever find out what really happened to Raila Odinga, Ogola, and Joanna Ngeno? Only time will tell, because in all those there was no investigations. For Raila's case, there was not even a post-mortem. And Rigathi Gachagua has been saying this ever since the late Raila Odinga was flown into the country. Well, what is your opinion on this? What do you think? Do you think Rigathi Gachagua's allegations actually have some truth in it? Well, engage the comment section with your opinion. Well, follow me for more updates. JD Smiles.